So now we've got a permanent file here, a shape file, and eventually you can make a file for each project, or later on you can make a project, a master file, let's say for all the 4205 that contains all your points. Right now we're just going to demonstrate what we're demonstrating is a file for this project, a shape file. So now we have this file. I'm going to go ahead and open the attribute table again, and you can see nothing's changed. It's got the project number in there and got the same information. And I can actually click right on this point here, the symbol, and symbol selector comes up. So now I can actually pick a different symbol. Just all I do is click on it. I can make it a triangle. Just use a circle, and then click OK. Redraw. We're going to have a much more visible circle. Point. As you can see. So now we've got a base data. We've got some base data. We've got a point file from a project, from a survey project, and we got some points. That doesn't tell me a whole lot. I know there's a 60D nail that was put in. There's some control here. Everything kind of looks the same. We want to basically visually be able to see that without opening the attribute table and try to figure out which one is the controller, which one's the 60D nail, which one's a 5/8 inch iron rod. So I'm going to go ahead and right click on here and go down to the properties of this layer. And I'm going to click on this symbology tab. And right now it's a single symbol. That's what it is right now. It's just you can click on that and bring up the symbol selector again. But what we want to do is pick this category, and there's different types of ways of symbolizing this. I'm going to pick categories and unique values, and we want to pick a field that we know is going to basically be descriptive and allow us to see what each point is. And I know that field in this table is going to be called description. And now we can say add all values. I'm just going to click this add all values. And now we've got a point that says calibrate, another point that says 5/8 inch iron rod, and another point that says 60D nail.
Right, which are descriptors.
Which are descriptors. So right. Right at this point right here, I can double click this, the 60D nail, and you know, I can pick a symbol from this list here. Now we actually have some survey symbols here. And see here, we just call that a control point here. I can change the color here also. Red. And the iron rod, make a symbol, pick a symbol for that. It's not an iron pipe, but we're going to go ahead and use the iron pipe. Oh, here's the iron rod right here. And let me pick a color for that. We can use that green again. And then this NGS control. And we'll use this control monument. And we make that blue. And increase the size. I'm just clicking this size button here, making it bigger. And then click OK. Redraw, and now we have our 60D nail set and our 5/8 inch iron rods, and the calibrate is actually out of the picture. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to turn street map off so we can see this. I just right clicked on that layer. I'm going to say zoom to layer. There's our control out there and the rest of our project points.
Right. Control being up near the interstate and the project being down here by the office. A few miles apart.
Turn this back on. So now remember, we've added some base data, we added some GPS points, or some survey points into our project. We've mapped them, we've symbolized them. We've seen that there's some underlying data there associated with those points. And Now we want to maybe hyperlink, and we go over this in another step, Robert. But we're gonna go ahead and do it again here. Um,
Yeah, step 3 is hyperlinking.
yeah, we're gonna do just
it
a quick,
is very powerful. Yeah, show us how.
A quick hyperlink using the identify tool.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and click that tool right now again.
Okay.
And instead of topmost layer, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that 0909001, so I can make sure we pick one of those points. Now I just picked it. It's point number 1005, and here's the information for it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click right where it says file, 5/8 inch iron rod. Now I'm going to say add hyperlink. You notice the hyperlinks is grayed out. We don't have any links yet. I'm going to click add hyperlink. It's going to take me straight to a little interface here. It wants me to pick a file. You know.
All right.
So I'm going to click the folder, go into my survey folder here, go into my DWG folder, and then click this 0909001 DWG, and then I'm going to just click OK. Doesn't look like it did anything, but I noticed my lightning bolt right here went from being grayed out to yellow, which means the project now has a hyperlink. I'm going to go ahead and do it again, Robert. Say add hyperlink, and I'm going to hit the folder again and navigate back up one to my scans and bring up this PDF here, and then click OK.
Yeah, I got you.
And now we doesn't look, like I said, doesn't look like we did anything, but now we have this hyperlink tool highlighted now.
Right. The lightning bolt.
The lightning bolt. You can't see anything on the screen. If I click it, I'm going to get a blue dot, and you can see that if I just hover over it, it's going to give me a path to one of the files there. Just kind of get away from it. Do that one more time. I'm actually going to center this a little bit so we can see it in the center of the screen.
Yeah, while he's moving that around, one of the things for you new users is there's a black arrow. If you'll notice, before he hit the hyperlink, he went over and clicked on the black arrow, which I call it my clean palette function. It just stops what you're doing and allows you to invoke a new command such as hyperlink.
Yeah.
So now when he hyperlinks, you'll see there's a dot coming up, like a blue dot on that one corner. And what's going to happen?
Well, it's going to give me a path. And as soon as you see that path show up, you can just click.
All right.
Using your left click, and here are the two different paths to those hyperlinks we just set with the identify tool, the DWG and a PDF.
Okay.
You can click on either one. You can only bring up one at a time.
All right.
And I'm going to click jump, which is also open.
Okay.
And here it is. I don't have AutoCAD, Robert. I have a TrueView.
Right.
And it's a viewer, and then for my purposes, it works just as I need it. It's a viewer. If you're a CAD tech and you have AutoCAD, it's going to probably open this file in AutoCAD, and you can actually get into drawing mode and start making some edits to this project. But for me, I'm a viewer, not a drawer.
Right.
My specialty is GIS, Rob.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to go ahead and close that up. And then it's still open here on the hyperlinks. I'm going to click the PDF and then click jump. And immediately the PDF file comes up. And this is a 3-page PDF file. In the past, we've scanned file folders that have 100, 200, 300 pages.
Oh, yeah.
They open just as fast, and you can navigate through them fairly well, fairly quick. File size is small. We've usually scanned at 300 DPI or lower, maybe even 200 DPI. And everything's pretty legible. You can see it. You can actually print these if you needed to. But it's documentation of your project, and that's where, I mean, having it's almost a backup. You know, I'd call it a backup of your work. You scan all your stuff, map it all out. You're basically going to have a hard copy and a digital copy of all your work.
And as a land surveyor, our job when we're doing a boundary is to retrace the footsteps of the original surveyor, and by building a GIS, your own GIS, just imagine a digital geospatial file cabinet. A digital legacy is what we are helping people create as we leave behind and pass on our businesses to other people.
Exactly.